Welcome to ShayS Relationship Files. Sorry, my voice is a little scratchy because of these allergies going on and all this pollen out here. But I'm gonna try to keep my voice as clear as possible today. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's morning going well. Today's topic on the podcast today is how to keep having personal growth while in a committed relationship. And I have 10 tips on balancing needs and personal growth while still in a relationship. So we're going to start here with the first tip in regards to personal growth while you're in a relationship. So the first thing we're going to look at is what that means. So balancing personal growth relationship means it can ensure that each partner can evolve and pursue their aspirations without feeling restricted by the relationship. Because what you were as an individual, excuse me, guys, is what attracted that person to you. And you still want to keep those specific things you do to help you continue to be that person, continue to grow while your relationship is also and evolving. And it can lead to increased self awareness, confidence, and positive energy within the relationship when you continue to do whatever those things are. But one of the tips that help with that would be sometimes feeling disconnected from your partner when you spend less quality time with each other. It can cause a disconnection. So one way that both people can grow in a relationship personally is by making sure you find that time with each other. And it don't always have to be hours and hours, but specifically way out of time with each other each day that you know you can set aside for just each other with no phones, no distractions. And sometimes it's hard, especially if you got kids. But even if it's later in the day, some because like I even saw this one article that said sometimes date day will have to be instead of date night. But if you work, sometimes maybe the night is better. And it doesn't always have to be something expensive. It could be you just cooking dinner separate from the kids later in the day and just have time to talk, or just watch a movie at home for an hour and talk while you watch a movie and eat snacks and enjoy each other's company. So it's many different ways, but you just want to put the effort in that time. And also, they mention that sometimes with insecurity can emerge also when one partner is being successful and the other isn't. So when that's another important reason why keeping up with your personal growth can help not only you personally, but it helps the relationship, because then when one person may feel like, oh, they're being successful in the things they're doing, but I'm not, it can make them start feeling irritated with their spouse, even though they're not doing anything wrong specifically. It can kind of make jealousy emerge among the relationship, and that's something you don't want to have. And communication is also very important. Like I mentioned in a few um, videos back, how communicating, whether it's bad or good, is very important. I think I mentioned it when I was talking about the Rico family before, and how Karen was mad at Dion because he didn't communicate to her about how the stuff that was going on with the new house they got. But how important it is to have communication with each other and to be able to be open and honest with each other in a respectful way. And now I'm going to share with you the 10 tips of how to do those things in more depth. So the first thing is set, share individual goals. So it's a good thing to have a list of goals for yourself as an individual, but then also have set goals for yourself as so have regular check-ins with each other. So it's nothing wrong with sometimes having a time you can carve out where you guys kind of just check in and see, hey, what are some things that you feel I may do that I need to work on. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes you as your own individual can't always depict what may be going wrong, what I may be doing wrong. Sometimes it helps to ask the other person. So sometimes it's good to have regular checks to kind of just see where you are. Like, hey, what are some things I can improve? Feel that I don't. What are some things? And these are things that I do in my marriage with my husband. I do every few months, just kind of check in and see what he thinks on things or what things I could improve on, what he can improve on, and we talk about it. And also, it's important to encourage each other pursuits, which is something I definitely had to work on myself personally. Where when your husband or wife have an interest in something, we want to encourage them, even if we don't always agree with what they're choosing to try to do to better themselves. I always say, long as it's not something that's going to put them in harm's way, it's definitely nothing wrong with, you know, encouraging them, and nothing wrong with being supportive in any way you can, whether it's helping them along with that particular endeavor or, helping them look up information. Those are things that help them to motivate them, and it also sees how much you care for them. The fact that even if it's something you may not understand personally, you're being supportive because you love them and they're important to you. So the goals that they have are important. And also, it mentions embracing flexibility to be willing to adapt to your plans and goals as you and your partner grow and change. So, circumstances change all the time. Life changes, things happen, especially nowadays. There's so much we go through as family, as marriage, as couples. So, it's definitely important to have flexibility. Sometimes the goals you may set together may not work out exactly how you wanted it to work out. But that doesn't mean the goal is sunk, that is no longer achievable together. It just may have to be about going about a different way. So it's important to definitely have flexibility. And it's also important to, another thing I like that they pointed out, to learn and grow together. Learning and grow together is, there's a lot of fun ways you can do that. You can take different classes together that you neither of you have never taken, and those things y'all can learn a new skill. Like, actually, me and my husband just recently done this not too long ago. We took a candle making class because we never made candles before. I mean, you see candles in the store, but you never thought about, oh, I wonder how they make those. So we did make candle making. That was really fun. It was a nice skill for both of us that we both never did, and it was actually something we consider at some point, maybe making our own candles and possibly selling them, to people, making unique candles for people, because everybody love a nice, good smelling candle in their home or office. So yeah, it's nice to pick up new skills, even like cooking classes, or me and my husband actually now looking into sewing classes to learn how to sew clothes or sew different gifts that you can give to friends and family and things like that. So That's it's good to pick up a skill together. And lastly, cultivating appreciation and gratitude. It is the utmost important that you always show appreciation to each other. I even take the point myself personally to every day I try to tell my spouse how what I appreciate. Either it's something he done today in particular, or that day I would say, "Oh, I appreciate that you did this, you did that," or sometimes just something he may have did weeks ago. I'll be like, I appreciate this about you, and that's something that also strengthens the bond of your marriage and encourage you. So those were my thoughts on how to not only have personal growth, but how your personal growth can also help your marriage and your relationship together as well. And you guys can definitely comment below on your thoughts on this subject. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next live. Looking forward to the next podcast live. And remember, stay safe out there and peace.